As many as 1 in 10 known species on Earth live in the mysterious Amazon rainforest. Among these many species, the vast majority are insects. Most of the insect inhabitants play invisible roles in this rainforest. Only one resident has run rampant in this forest for years: their fierce, greedy nature. Means that even though they're only the size of a sesame seed, they're hard to ignore. In this rainforest, they kill more than 30,000 victims every day. United, they become a band of butchers. The ultimate key to dominating this rainforest, the ants you see here, are called army ants. At first glance, they don't look much different from other ants. Their eyes are almost completely blind. It's hard to believe that they are actually the butchers of this rainforest. Feeding an army of 500,000 warriors is no easy task. So every day this marching column spends almost all of its time busy. Although their eyes can't see the path they march, their excellent sensory system serves as a second pair of eyes for these hungry soldiers. 500,000 army ants carpet the rainforest floor. The slightest movement can instantly trigger a raid. So if you want to stay alive when you encounter this column of ants, the other insect residents on the forest floor are best off pretending to be lifeless sticks. However, in this tense contest, not all prey are able to remain composed. One cricket couldn't hold out. It only twitched slightly and immediately drew thousands of attackers. Once these prey are discovered, they all end up the same way. It's almost impossible to escape. Because army ants, when killing prey, release a toxin that paralyzes the prey's nervous system. After subduing the prey, the toxin then liquefies the prey's internal tissues, making it easier for the army ants to break it down. However, this seemingly perfect slaughter actually relies on more than brute force. A good outcome often depends on meticulous planning. After the prey is cut into smaller portions, the slightly larger soldier ants are responsible for standing guard beside the marching column. The long-legged soldier ants are responsible for carrying things. In this column, each ant makes the most of its own strengths to help the entire column get fed. Sometimes, these greedy butchers even attack prey many times their size. A wasp nest in a tree becomes the army ant's target. To protect their nest, the wasps begin vibrating their wings, trying to drive the intruders away. However, relying on their numbers, the army ants didn't care at all about the wasps' threats. In the end, the army of ants broke through the wasps' defenses. They swarmed into the nest. Their goal was clear. Fresh, tasty, protein-rich wasp eggs. They became the target of the raid. It was going to be a very bountiful day. As the raid wound down, the ant column began carrying that day's spoils back. To conserve energy, the smaller ants in the column would voluntarily serve as bridges on the return trip, creating the most efficient route home. Finally, guided by the scent, the swarm successfully returned home. However, incredibly, in this place they call home, we didn't find any so-called ant nest. Instead, there was a throng of 500,000 ants assembled from their own bodies. Both the temperature and the humidity were perfectly suited to a temporary camp. It appeared right before our eyes. But this exquisite ant home won't remain in this patch of forest for long. Once the surrounding prey has been completely swept away, this palace will collapse in an instant. As night falls, this massive force sets off once more for the next chamber, launching another large-scale massacre.